Hello everyone and welcome back to Batman Arkham Asylum. In this part we're gonna get out of the sewers and make our way over to the Arkham Mansion because that's where Dr. Young and Cash went to get notes and shit. And yeah, so we're gonna hunt them down before Joker can do anything about it. And Riddler stuff. Of course. Riddler trophy. Okay. So yeah, I'm at a loss for work. I'm still tired. Sorry to say that. I wish I had more energy for this set of videos, but it's just like gone even lower now. But yeah, I'm still want to get these parts out and that kind of thing. So now we're in this like catacomb area of the sewers, and I don't think I show it off, but like you can't grapple on anything here. Like you literally have to climb your way up, which I really like. I wish there were more parts like this in the other games. The closest I can think of is right at the start of Arkham City when you're Bruce Wayne. Other than that, though, like still not really like much happens. I don't think anything like this happens in Night or Origins for that matter. So, but I do really like this area. Like it's really cool, I think. Yeah, so everybody excited for Gotham Knights coming out?
No mystery why she's so scared. I'm coming up to the surface.
Yeah, I like part of me is excited. At the same time though, it's like I kind of wish we had a new Arkham game. That's just me though. I know all the people like in the podcast group are, very excited. Especially Swifty. Swifty is like insanely excited for this game and I'm like, it might be good. It might be bad. I don't know. But like there is a lot of hype surrounding it and I'm just like I hope it's not shit. Because what I'm getting from it is like it's Arkham Light. Or it's like it's Arkham with RPG elements, which I mean these games kind of had in some respect, but I mean this is a straight up Metroidvania game with Batman attached to it, and it's better than the eventual Metroidvania we did get in the series Blackgate. So it's like okay, whatever. But yeah, before this, Batman had a long history in video games, and like, I mean, it goes back to the mid '80s, and like, like every once in a while you would have good games like, I guess like Batman '89, like the NES Super Nintendo era had some really good attempts. Batman '89, Batman Returns, Adventures of Batman and Robin. And then when you get into like the PS2 like era, it didn't fare much better. You know, games like Batman Vengeance, Sinzu, Dark Tomorrow, which and and other stuff like I'm trying like there's things I'm clearly going off by memory here. Like there's also Batman Begins, the video game, which was basically the closest precursor to the Arkham games. Because when you go back and play it, there are like very similar ideas between both of them that you can notice. Oh yeah, before we finish with this stealth section. I want to bring up the first time I played the PS3 all the way through. Like I had the PS3. I didn't have a controller at the time. I used just a PS4 controller hooked up with USB. But when I got to this part specifically, the game just like slowed down immensely. It was kind of nuts what happened. Like, it was literally, the game was playing at like 15 frames. It felt like 10. It was just like chugging along. And I don't know if this was just because of the disc or the PS3 itself, but it made me worried. Immensely worried. Yeah, thankfully I didn't run into that like on this playthrough. I kind of wish I did just to like show it off, but I don't know if it's gonna happen again. It was just weird to me though. But yeah, as far as my experience with Batman games go, like before, if we're talking before the Arkham games, it was mostly regulated to like the 2000s era. So I played Vengeance, I played Begins, I played Sinzu. I have played Dark Tomorrow, not very much of it, but I have played it. And as far as like games that like the Lego games too, Lego Batman 1, 2, and 3, and the Arkham games, the Telltale stuff afterwards. So I played my fair share of Batman games. I kind of want to go back and go like play the NES Super Nintendo era. I mean, I have played Batman '89 through unconventional means. Like when I was a kid, I played the game I played it on an emulator, like a website that just emulated NES games. So I played I played Batman '89. I played Batman Return of the Joker, Batman Returns for the NES, which is very forgotten. But coincidentally has one of my favorite music pieces in an NES game. Like, the soundtrack's really good. Like, I did play that. I didn't play the Super Nintendo stuff, at least not yet. Well, I'm lying, because I did play, when I first got my Super Nintendo, which I bought off of Kijiji, or Craigslist, as you would call it. I guess the equivalent, I should say. I went to the local used video game store in my area, and the first NES game I bought was Batman Forever. It's one of those things where it's just like I like owning physical, like, even if, like, say I like emulated the NES games, I still want to own a physical copy, which is why, like, a plan of mine is to buy an NES Classic, Super Nintendo Classic, those type of consoles, load them up full of games, in case of, later on I decide to review, like, Batman '89 or, Batman NES, that kind of thing. And then, just have those games there for whenever I decide to, play through, play them on, stream or whatnot. More of a convenience than anything, because you try to hook up an NES to, like, your HD TV, and it's a complicated process. Feels like. I remember I got an NES for Christmas, and, like, the management for that, just trying to figure out how to, like, try to go through and, like, try to hook everything up with, like, AV and coaxial and all this other shit. It took a while. We did manage to do it somehow. It was one of those things where it's like, you didn't want to remove it from the TV, in case it like fucked itself or whatnot, which it did eventually. Yeah, I still have my NES. It doesn't work anymore. Like, I've tried everything I could, even trying the AV to HDMI. Like, even that didn't work. I bought new cables and that didn't work, so I just might need a new NES. I'm weird because I like to be authentic, but it's like, you know, the older you get, it seems like the harder it is to try and like keep those platforms updated with you. But yeah, Batman's cool. I have a lot of consoles. I mean, that's a discussion for another time, but like, I have a lot of systems here. And yeah. Okay, so now we're in the Arkham Mansion, which is one of my favorite areas to travel through. It probably is my favorite. Out of all the areas in this game, like, this is the one that I enjoy the most. Like, it not only design-wise, but also just, like, just how the building is laid out, too. Like, I really like it. So, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I guess you can call it. But yeah, it's a thing for sure. What does a bird need in the rain? Nothing. One thing I loved about, like, I really like about the Arkham games is that they have so much respect for any piece of Batman media. Whether it's like the comics or the cartoons or the movies, like, there's just some element of everything they incorporate into these games. And there's like a little bit of respect toward, like, even something like Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, like the Schumacher era, gets some form of respect here. Yeah. There we go. Puzzle solved. Couldn't really see the question mark because of the text, but fuck it. Whatever. Who cares? Corner covers I find myself using less and less as the games go on. Like, there's just something about it which, like, I just never get around to doing. Oh, what's up in the grate up there? Be funny if there's just nothing. Batman's a paranoid fuck. There's no Riddler trophies or anything. It's all in his head. I don't know, Riddler. Anyway, we're going to call it a party. So, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. I will see you all next time. Thank you all so much for watching. And of course, don't forget to take care of yourselves. See ya.